What will your life bring? What's going to happen in your life? What kind of life will you live? And do you have a say in the matter? Imagine if you had the power to determine what would take place in your life. In the Book of Mysteries, near the beginning, the teacher asks a question to the disciple.
What will the days that are yet to come bring to your life?
How could I know that?
Well, Moses wrote, "Teach us to number our days."
How do we number our days?
Teach us to number our days means to count your days. But there's a mystery here.
In Hebrew, it says, teach us to mana our days. Well, what does mana mean? The word mana appears throughout the book of Jonah. It says God sent a fish to swallow Jonah. God sent a worm. God sent a wind. But the word in Hebrew is mana. And what does it mean? Mana means to prepare. It also means to appoint. So God prepared and appointed a fish. God prepared and appointed a worm, and God prepared and appointed a wind. It didn't just happen to Jonah. God was preparing it and appointing it. Well, in Psalm 90, it says, teach us to mana our days. You have to mana your days. So what does that mean? God doesn't want you living a life that is just happening to you. You're waiting for the next thing to happen. A problem's coming. This is happening. This next thing, what's going to happen next? You're on the defensive. God wants you to learn the secret to mana your days. That means before your days happen, you are to prepare your days. Before your days come, you are to appoint your days. How do you do that? Well, imagine that your days were ministers. Well, you have to anoint your days. You have to appoint your days. You cannot control everything that's going to happen in your life. You can't determine all the things that are going to happen, what problem that, but you can prepare your days in prayer, in your attitude, to be used for the purposes of God. You know, the fish looked like a problem, but it was used for God's purposes. It was appointed. The worm looked like a problem, but it was used. So all the things in your life can be used for your blessing. But you need to enter those days as something already prepared. Before the day takes place, before this day finishes, you want to say, Lord, I prepare this day, I anoint this day, I appoint it to be used for your glory. Everything that happens will be used for your purposes. Even the problems that happen, they will be appointed. I mean, if a fish can be used for God's glory and for the purpose and blessing in Jonah's life because it was anointed, it was appointed, so your problems could be used for you too. So take this now and apply it to your life. Take the mystery, apply it. Before this day finishes and before tomorrow comes, appoint the day to be used for God's glory. Prepare it before it happens, that no matter what happens, it's going to be used for God's purposes. Even the problem, it's going to be appointed. I appoint this thing in my life for God's glory. Don't let your days determine your life. Let your life in God determine your days. So the Hebrew word for bread is lechem, but then there's another Hebrew word I'm going to teach you. It's the word bait. Easy.